Hello students, in today's class we will see how to convert a mechanical system into an equivalent electrical circuit using force current analogy. Consider this as mass m1, m2, k1, k2 and b. Let us suppose that force is applied to this mass m1. Okay. Now the displacement of mass m1 will be in this direction, downward direction, and similarly that of mass m2 will be in the downward direction with that as a reference, right? Okay. Now instead of drawing the free body diagram, since we have already seen it in force voltage analogy conversion, we will directly write the equation. Okay. So this is the mechanical system, and we need to draw the mathematical model. We need to write the mathematical model for this mechanical system. Okay. Let us first write for mass m1. So for mass m1, the equation will be f of t is the applied force, which is equal to m1 d square x1 by dt square, plus you have only one element attached to it, which is k1, but it is in between mass m1 and m2. So it is k1 into x1 of t minus x2 of t. Since we are considering mass m1, it is x1 minus x2. Okay, so this is the first equation. Now let us write for mass m2. For mass m2, there is no applied force, so 0. Okay, it is equal to, what is it? We have the mass m2, so the displacement is x2, we know that. So m2 d square x2 by dt square, plus we have a damper b, so dx2 by dt, plus we have two springs. One spring k2 is attached only to mass m2, so it is k2 x2 of t, and the other one is between mass m2 and m1, so it will be plus k1 into x2 of t minus x1 of t, as we are considering the mass m2. Okay, so these are the two equations for the mechanical system. Now we have to rewrite this in a electrical form using force current analogy. Okay, what is a force current analogy? Force current analogy is force is equivalent to current I of t, then x of t is equivalent to flux phi of t, then mass m is equivalent to c, and b is equivalent to 1 by r, and k is equivalent to 1 by L. Right? Okay. So with this force current analogy, let us rewrite these two equations. So now it will be I of t is equal to c1 d square phi 1 by dt square plus 1 by L1 into phi 1 of t minus phi 2 of t. Okay. The second equation will become c2 d square phi 2 by dt square plus 1 by r d phi 2 by dt plus 1 by L2 phi 2 of t plus 1 by L1 phi 2 of t minus phi 1 of t. Okay. We already know that d phi by dt, rate of change of flux, is nothing but voltage. If we draw this, rewrite this equation in voltage form, it will be easy for us to draw, right? So, rewriting this in terms of voltage, rewriting d squared phi by dt square in terms of voltage, we will be getting d v1 by dt, right? So, I of t is equal to C1 d v1 by dt, since v of t is equal to d phi by dt, plus 1 by L1 integral v1 of t minus v2 of t dt. The second equation is C2 dv2 by dt plus v2 of t by r plus 1 by L2 integral v2 of t dt plus 1 by L1 integral v2 of t minus v1 of t dt. Okay. Now, with this we can easily draw the electrical circuit. What will be the electrical circuit? See, we have two nodal voltages, right? V1, V2, two nodal voltages. Okay. Now, we have a current source connected to voltage V1. So, this is I of t. Okay. What are the elements that are connected across this voltage? C1 alone, right? So, L1 is between two voltages. So, L1 is between these two nodal voltages. So, this is L1. Okay. And V1 is across C1 alone. So, C1 is connected in parallel. Okay. So, this completes our first equation. What about the second equation? Second equation, this voltage V2, nodal voltage V2 is across C2, R and L2. Okay. So, all these three are in parallel, right? C2, R and L2. Now, is this right? Check with the equations. So, I of t is equal to C1 dv1 by dt plus 1 by L1 v1 of t minus v2 of t into dt. Now, what about this? Nothing is there, no input source is there. C2 dv2 by dt plus v2 by r plus 1 by L2 v2 of t dt integral, then plus 1 by L1 v2 minus v1 dt integral. Okay. So, this is our equivalent circuit for this mechanical system.